It's time for Grim Reviews. Playing through mods and helping you pick the best of the bunch. Let's get on with it. Okay, so up now we've got the Palace of Knossos by Trilobite42, published first on the 23rd of December 2012. This is another quick dungeon, and I was expecting to be disappointed considering it's another low-rated Steam dungeon which is unfinished. So, surprise, surprise, it's not just good, it's excellent. So, what have we got going on here? The game makes use of standard assets. There's no new wall sets, no monsters. What it does do, particle effects, lighting, and sound, all of which are very good. However, what really made this dungeon enjoyable for me is the puzzles. There is some combat in there, and the combat is balanced more towards the advanced player. It's throwing monsters which are maybe a higher level for where your starting part is going to be at. It's not really a problem because, well, none of the setups are really in a position where you can have trouble with those monsters. There's enough room to maneuver. It's not going to really trap you in a nasty spot. But let's get on to, like I said, the best part of the dungeon, the puzzles. There is an excellent variety here, and all of them are very well done. Now, there's no particular focus on any particular type of puzzles, so there's all these puzzles here, all different, all keeping you engaged, interested. Each and every one of them is clever. They look good. One of the main problems I had initially when I started off was the fact that there are no clues. Now, that's not really too bad, because the logic of the puzzle comes from experimenting with what you've got in the room, and you'll observe the puzzle and eventually figure out what it is that it's wanted of you. So, in a way, that's good. Rather than the traditional, I need a clue and I've got to figure out what's going on, it gives you a room. There's, pressure plates, there's stuff, you press them, you see what they do, and it's up to you to put together what the puzzle actually wants of you. And it's done in a way where, through observing what's going on, the logic of the puzzle becomes clear through this experimentation. So it is very good, and the puzzles work beautifully for the most part within the dungeon. And they are, like I said, all very enjoyable. There was one which did something which I personally believe should never be done, and that is use a consumable item as a key in order to progress. Never should this be done. In this case, it was a snail slice. Put it on an alcove in order to progress. Oh, yeah. Not a good idea. You should not make it so that food or an item which I can eat or drink is going to be the key. Luckily, this is very early on, so the chances of me actually eating those things is very, very slim. So maybe we can forgive this, but it is not a good sign that you have a consumable item be an item which is required to progress. Admittedly, though, yeah, you're probably not going to have a problem with that. The other big problem, of course, being the fact that weapons are very scarce. Armor and other such equipment, quite generous with that, which is nice because, like I said, monsters are a higher level and thrown at you quite early on with more powerful creatures. But weapons, it took me quite a while to find something other than spears. So there is that. That is not perhaps the best, but it is manageable. You will get some spears, and that will at least help you kill some things a little more effectively. Like I said, the dungeon isn't finished. It was published on the 23rd of December 2012, and around April the author stopped working on it. But, however, as of February the 16th, 2014, they have said that they will take up the editor once more and try and finish this project, since real life sort of interrupted there. So there is hope that it will be finished. For something which I came into expecting to be just a nothing dungeon, this is really, really enjoyable, and so I'm giving it a 4. It's got all those fantastic puzzles. The combat is more balanced to a more experienced player, but it's there and it's fair. Item progression maybe leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's nothing really to complain about. Overall, it's a solid work and it's very good. I can't help but recommend it. Give this one a shot.